Gunners, stop scrolling. Arsenal may have just found their next superstar, and this one could be a massive statement for the future. Kenan Yıldız is reportedly pushing for Arsenal, while the Vinícius Jr situation has taken a dramatic turn, and that is only the beginning. Welcome back to Arsenal Talk Vault, because Arsenal's transfer window is heating up again. Arsenal's search for another attacking superstar has taken a fascinating twist. With the pursuit of Vinícius Jr facing a setback, reports now claim that Kenan Yıldız has emerged as Arsenal's top target, with the Gunners prepared to consider a deal worth more than £85 million. And this is where things get really interesting. Yıldız is not simply being mentioned as another name on Arsenal's transfer list. The Turkish wonderkid is reportedly viewed as a potential long-term attacking maestro, a player who could become one of the faces of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal project. The 21-year-old has already attracted enormous attention across Europe, but Arsenal could have one major advantage. According to the reports, Yıldız has told his agents that he only wants Arsenal. That is a huge statement. The Turkish star has reportedly rejected approaches from other clubs because his preference is clear. He wants a move to North London and wants to play for the Gunners. For Arsenal fans, this is exactly the type of situation that makes a transfer story explode. Imagine a young, technically gifted attacking player arriving at the Emirates with the ambition of becoming a superstar under Mikel Arteta. Yıldız possesses the creativity, close control, movement and confidence to operate between the lines, while also having the versatility to play from wider attacking positions. And if Arsenal are genuinely prepared to invest £85 million plus, that tells you everything about how highly they could rate him. This would not be a cheap gamble. It would be Arsenal making another major investment in a player they believe can become elite. And there is another reason why this story has become so important. Vinícius Jr. Arsenal have been strongly linked with the Real Madrid superstar, and Mikel Arteta has reportedly made his admiration for the Brazilian clear. But if the Vinícius pursuit becomes too difficult, Arsenal may now be preparing their alternative. And Kenan Yıldız could be that alternative. Instead of allowing one transfer setback to derail their plans, Arsenal could immediately turn toward another world-class potential attacker. That is the mentality of a club trying to compete at the very highest level. But Arsenal's transfer situation is becoming even more complicated because there could be movement in the opposite direction. Real Madrid could reportedly turn their attention toward Arsenal midfielder Martin Zubimendi after failing to sign Rodri. The Spanish giants now have an opportunity to pursue the 27-year-old midfielder. Zubimendi only recently became an important part of Arsenal's midfield plans, and losing him would obviously be a major concern for Arteta. The Spanish midfielder has been brought in to provide control, intelligence, and composure in the center of the pitch. His ability to dictate the tempo and operate under pressure makes him an important part of Arsenal's midfield structure. So if Real Madrid really decide to make Zubimendi a target, Arsenal could suddenly find themselves dealing with pressure from the opposite direction. The Gunners want to strengthen. Real Madrid could potentially come calling for one of Arsenal's midfielders. And then there is another name Arsenal fans have been hearing for months: Bradley Barcola. Reports now indicate that Arsenal have made fresh contact with Barcola's campus. They continue to consider a move for the PSG winger. This is particularly interesting because Barcola has already been heavily linked with Arsenal, and the Gunners have previously shown serious interest in the French attacker. Arsenal see Barcola as a player capable of adding pace, explosiveness, and unpredictability to the attack. His ability to beat defenders, attack space, and create chances could give Arteta another dangerous weapon in the final third. And now, with fresh contact reportedly being made, Arsenal could be keeping multiple attacking doors open at the same time: Yildiz, Barcola, and the dream of Vinícius Jr. This is becoming a fascinating situation. If Vinícius becomes unrealistic, Arsenal could potentially push harder for Yildiz. If PSG make Barcola available under the right conditions, the Gunners could explore that opportunity as well. And remember, Arsenal have already shown this summer that they are willing to spend serious money when Arteta identifies a player who can transform his squad. The potential arrival of Yildiz would also fit perfectly into Arsenal's strategy of building a squad capable of competing for years, not just one season. He is young, he is ambitious, he reportedly wants Arsenal, and Arsenal could be willing to pay more than £85 million to make it happen. That combination is exactly why Gunners fans should be watching this story very closely. But there is one major question. Could Arsenal actually land Yildiz if Vinícius Jr becomes impossible? That could be the defining question of this transfer saga, because Arsenal may now have to choose between chasing the established superstar in Vinícius and investing heavily in a younger player who could potentially become a superstar of his own. And if Yildiz really has made Arsenal his only choice, that could give the Gunners a powerful advantage when negotiations become serious. For now, Arsenal fans should keep their eyes firmly on this developing story, because what started as the pursuit of Vinícius Jr. could be transforming into something completely different. A new maestro could be coming to North London. Kenan Yıldız could be Arsenal's next major target. Martin Zubimendi could be attracting Real Madrid interest. And Arsenal have reopened contact around Bradley Barcola. 3 huge storylines, 1 massive transfer window, and potentially another blockbuster signing waiting to happen at the Emirates. So Gunners, what do you think? Would you take Kenan Yıldız for £85 million plus if the Vinícius Jr. deal collapses? Would you rather Arsenal continue pushing for Vinícius, or should Arteta go all in for Barcola? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want the latest Arsenal transfer news, rumours, developments and breaking updates, make sure you subscribe to Arsenal Talk Vault and turn on notifications, because this transfer window is far from over, and the next Arsenal bombshell could be just around the corner. It is exactly the type of midfield capable of dominating possession against the biggest clubs while also matching the physical demands of the Premier League. It is easy to understand why Arsenal supporters have become so excited by these reports. However, as massive as the Bruno Guimaraes story is, Arsenal's ambitions reportedly go even further. According to Spanish journalist Sergio Valentin, Mikel Arteta has personally spoken with Real Madrid superstar Vinícius Jr. regarding a possible move to Arsenal this summer. The report claims Arteta directly explained his football project, outlining exactly how the Brazilian winger would fit into Arsenal's system and become one of the central figures in the club's future. That is a significant development because Arteta has built a reputation for personally convincing elite players to join Arsenal by presenting a clear vision of their role within his project. Several current Arsenal players have previously praised the manager for the detailed conversations he holds before transfers are completed, and it appears he is attempting to use that same approach once again. The biggest obstacle remains Real Madrid's valuation. Reports indicate that the Spanish giants are demanding around €170 million for Vinícius Jr., a figure Arsenal are currently unwilling to pay. Instead, the Gunners reportedly hope they can negotiate a deal for less than €150 million, particularly if Vinícius fails to reach an agreement over a new contract with Real Madrid. Arsenal are believed to be monitoring the situation very closely, understanding that contract negotiations could play a huge role in determining whether Madrid eventually become more willing to negotiate. While completing such a transfer would still be incredibly difficult, the fact that Arsenal are even being linked with one of the world's biggest stars demonstrates how much the club has grown under Arteta's leadership. Signing Vinícius Jr. would completely transform Arsenal's attack. His explosive acceleration, exceptional dribbling ability and experience of performing on football's biggest stages would give Arsenal another world-class dimension. Imagine Bukayo Saka attacking from one side while Vinícius Jr. operates from the other. Defenders would constantly face impossible decisions about where to focus their attention, creating even more space